Hang on, guys. I apologize. YouTube's system has been fucking buggy lately. Like very buggy. But I don't know when the stream crashed, but I apologize. It's not my fault. It's YouTube. So yeah. Anywho, this is where we got on what's her face, Dahlia, before the stream decided to just be a dumbass and not be able, because usually when our stream crashes, I can restart it. Like just reset it. But nope, every time I try to reset it as of late, it just breaks. And I'm basically lost and without any chance to recover. So I essentially have to restart again. So I apologize, but it is not my fault. That is on YouTube's end. So I apologize. So, anyways, back to working on Dahlia. That's just something that is out of my control, and there's nothing I can do to really fix it because lately it's just been nope, I can't resume the stream. I just have to restart and confuse the hell out of my viewers. Well, there's your answer. That's why I've had to do like restarts of streams and secondary streams as of late because once it crashes, boom, I can't restart. And I have to basically start a new stream in order for it to work. Which is the dumbest shit. But yeah, it's done. It's over. Move on. Okay, where do her horns connect? They come after the first strand. Okay. So this is where we are on Dahlia right now. And hopefully she looks pretty good. Okay, forehead. We need to be around the forehead. So yeah, guys, just YouTube's bullshit once again. Not really my fault, nor anything I can prevent. Frustrates the hell out of me, but I've just learned to go with the flow anymore. Okay, where the fuck is it? Where is the main hair layer? Fuck it, we're doing it the easy way. 52. Right underneath me. Okay. Alright, I think the last thing is clothing. Which is a kind of almost a wedding dress kind of thing going on. You're so confused, so am I. I don't understand why YouTube can't fucking just work like it's supposed to. Pisses me off. Okay. So, because she has a big pair, pulls down quite a bit. Basically the same exact vibe as what's going on with Drusilla, but also not. Because her outfit is more kind of like a formal dress. Her wedding dress kind of thing going on. They're going to look very, very similar. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, but there's nothing I can do about that. That's just YouTube being a dipstick, and not really much I can do about it. Except to yell and move on with my life. Okay. I feel like that might go down just a little too far. Whoops. Yeah. So fucking annoying. I swear, whenever YouTube updates, I cringe on the inside because every time they update, something goes wrong. It's just like Windows. Once you get used to something, Windows updates, and then, yep, you're lost again. Or no, when your PC gets into working order and it's not slow and laggy because of the previous update, well, here comes the update to fuck over everything. What the fuck? Why can't I do anything? Are you being a dumbass right now? Hello? Oh my god. Stupid fucking pen. Yep. I'd say that looks pretty good. Hello, Muffin404. Oh, oh, whoa. How are you today? We just got past something that shouldn't have happened, but it happened. My stream randomly just crashed out of absolute nowhere and couldn't restart, so I had to restart again. Yay! 57. Okay, I think for the most part she's actually looking pretty good. Besides that little hiccup bullshit. Yeah, it's only been recently. Before, this didn't happen. Only recently, like within the past month, has this been happening. Before, streams were fine. I could just, if it crashed, I could just go and reset it and everything was fine. But nope. Now we have to have some bullshit happen where I can't even restart the goddamn thing. And it just breaks. All I can hope is that they fix that bull crap because it's really annoying. And confuses the hell out of my viewers. Please, hello? Oh my god. Stabilizer! Thank you. Sorry, I'm a little flustered from that. So, if I sound a little irritated, that's why. It's definitely not the art, because the art, I should be used to this by now. Hey, that would kind of be like something like that, I think. Something along those lines. Maybe smaller than that. I would say that looks like a demon. erase. Now the fun part, I have to erase everything. Let's name the Dahlia. God, we're only on the first page, too. Let's see. Oh, God, that is confusing. Okay, I'm going to have to turn Dahlia down so I can properly see what I'm supposed to be erasing. One of the trickiest parts of doing angles like these. What was it, 56? Yep. What the hell? I was on an eraser, you dipshit. Is everything trying to piss me off? Apparently. I promise, guys, I'm not usually this angry, but yeah. Stupid. Bullshit. 61. It's not as much erasing as I thought it was going to be. Good. Good, 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 good. Alright. Let's take a look. Turn her up to max. Not bad. What the fuck is that? Oh my god, why? There we go. Oh my lord almighty. It's in the title, dude. Okie doke. I feel like that is pretty much summed up. Now we just got the text. After a brief intermission, which is bullshit. Good job, YouTube. You suck still. Okay. Persistent. Where's the text box? Let's just say and again, this is not how it's going to be in finality. Right now I'm just kind of putting everything in one place so I can work around it. Let's just say he got, let's just say he, I've got to censor this. I've got to somehow censor this. I mean, if you know what a succubus does, then you should know exactly what she's talking about. But I got to censor it to be PG-13 at least. So I don't usually see the title. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. He thought he could outlast. Not. He thought he could outlast me. Let's just say he thought he could outlast me. He could outlast. I need to make this a little bit more descriptive. Let's just say he could. He thought he could outlast a creature with unlimited without, that fits better, without a limit without limits he thought he could outlast a creature with no limits physical strength and stamina. Oh my god, can I spell, please? Oy vey. God, did I get flustered that much? Okay, holy moly, we gotta make some room. Okay, what happens if I do something like that? Looks a little bit wonky. 33. That does not look the same size. You lie. I don't believe it. Let's just say he thought he could outlast a creature with no limit of physical strength and stamina. And now my pen is randomly turning off? Oh my god. Kill me. Let's see. I need this one. So that would probably be upside down and flipped. Holy crap, it's big. Just kind of increase it up a little bit. Okay, looks kind of cluttered. Let's erase that, erase that. Yep, that definitely needs to be, I think, like this. Okay. Let's just say he thought he could outlast a creature with no limit of physical strength and stamina. Okay, now the text on the opposite side. Thrilling, what's the word I'm looking for? Experience. Must have been quite a thrilling experience for you. I'm working on a little comic. That's where you should start. Don't start like with something huge like this. God no. Figure out if you want to do it first, and then step into more like bigger territory. Quite a thrilling experience for you. Was he aware of what you truly are? Or let's just kind of break this apart. Yeah, I have experience with starting a huge project with something I don't know, so I'm not gonna make that mistake. Yeah, been there, done that several times. Or were you playing along as a human the entire time? Pan, can we not, please? Okay, that's a lot of room to fit. This needs to be readable. 25, is that readable? Okay, are you gonna work? Is it working? Okay, it's moving. Okay, good, good, good. It's doing the thing. It did the thing again. Or just randomly crashes out of nowhere. But luckily, I was able to just restart the damn stream this time. It's got to be a bug or something with YouTube. It has to be. Yeah, it crashed again. I apologize. It again. It's not my fault. That's YouTube, 100%. But as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted. Yeah, I want Dahlia to not just be villainous. I want her to kind of be like, what's the word? Like, she helps, but she's not doing it in your casual way. Explains why almost everything in which starts on yeah, that means crash. Okay. Ah, greetings, Drusilla. I would have been back sooner had my target. I would have been back sooner had my target not have been so persistent. Persistent? Tap, 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 tap. Let's just say he thought he could outlast a creature with no limit of physical strength and stamina. Must have been quite a thrilling experience for you. Was he aware of what you truly are? Or were you playing along as a or were you playing along as a human the entire time? I think this page for the most part's done. So I think we're on to the second and probably last page. Let me just double check everything to make sure there's like nothing. think we're moving on to the next page. Okay. Hopefully we don't have too many fucking crashes in the meantime, which is bullshit. That wasn't that bad, minus the crashes. It's actually pretty fun. Are you... Okay. So let's add panel 1. Like I said, when I go into a page, I really don't have a set amount of panels. Like, I don't have a set amount of panels or like what's gonna happen. I just kind of go with the flow. Panel 1. Okay. Let me take just a little intermission just to take my eyes off the page. Have a drink. Like this scene, I just kind of want Drusilla and what's her face to talk, Dahlia. I just want them to talk because they're sisters. They're supposed to be sisters here, not like actual sisters, but like demon sisters, like friendly sisters. Even though technically the manga says that they are sisters because demon blood works differently. But yeah, technically they are sisters. They're family. So I want her to have a moment with Dahlia because Dahlia hasn't gotten much screen time. Screen time. And I know what she's going to basically talk to Drusilla about, considering where the chapter is going. So let me just have a moment to... Demon blood sounds confusing. It's not really confusing. It just means in hell, when you die, all demons are connected to one another. Like, it doesn't matter who you were born as a human. If you are born into this world as a demon, you're immediately connected to your colleagues. You're all family. My hell works completely different from what we think hell is like, or what it's been portrayed as. But yeah, just let me have a moment because I need a moment to recover from that shit that just happened. No more than a few minutes. I need a minute. I have to plug this in. But yeah, Muffin, thanks for keeping me company, dude. Or dudette. I really appreciate it. It does help to really get through the process a lot more better, even though there is bullshit involved sometimes. The only hard part about making a comic or manga or whatever is just coming up with how to visualize it on paper. Or digital paper in this case. It's really hard to come up with some certain things that you want to portray because, one, I have to draw it, and two, you have to make it make sense. Like, this story has gone so many different directions. There wasn't... I mean, there was so many different ways that it was being portrayed, who Dahlia was, who this person was, who that was. I almost never get recommended art streams with love view... Wait, what? With love? Is that a typo? with love view words. And I yeah, blah, blah, blah. Low with low view words. I don't know what that was. When I believe better than being spamming the same message just for them to not read it. Sometimes that does happen with me, but it's mainly because if I have to look at a reference, I have to go outside of where the chat is, so I can see the so I can see the reference and follow it. Okay. Okay. So there's two things I can do here, and I think I'm gonna go with the easier option because that was actually a lot more work than I thought it would be. Um, because this is also a good indicator of what I'm looking for. You fuck. Mm, sorry. But yeah, when I stream, I'm just streaming because it's nice to share with my audience, even though I know I probably shouldn't be, but it's not like it's giving away the entire story, you know? And if I'm gonna, I use voice to text, so there's probably a ton of mistakes. But I'm talking about streamers with like 5,000 viewers only paying attention to the website. Yeah. Like, I'm not strictly a live streamer by any means, but I still try to pay attention as much as I can. Okay, so I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, do I want to do the same thing as before, or do I want to kind of mix it a little bit? Seriously? Can I? Sorry. Sorry, I've been yelling a lot, but you can't blame me. My pen randomly turns off. YouTube shit happens. Yeah, it's annoying. Okay, so I think we're just gonna do. Whoa, not at that size. I think we're just gonna do basically a close up of a mouth. Okay, hang on, gotta turn this off because stupid feature. Is my thing on? Yes, it is. Okay. So we'd have the nose, then we'd have the curve in, then the lips. Then the mouth. And given how Dahlia is, her mouth would go straight. She'd be like smiling, smirking, because that's how she is. She loves to be a bitch. She's basically Star, but worse. I wouldn't say. Well, actually, I wouldn't say worse. Star's pretty bad. Another OC, by the way, from the same universe, but not this point in this universe. Okay, I can already tell I've got the dip in the nose way too far down. Like I said earlier, this part is a pain in the ass. I'm not good at macro stuff, so I definitely struggle there. And there's been a lot of it in this story. So getting around it, yeah. Okay, that nose is definitely not right. But I think that's because I've got the nose way too far out. This gives me too much trouble. There are plenty of pages with this pose. Yeah, I do not know why I'm drawing this incorrectly today, but for some reason I am. I'm sorry that you have to hear every little tap that I make, but that's just my PC hates me, so it's just how it's gonna have to be. I always draw that. Do I got the nose from the mouth to the mouth ratio off again? Oh my fucking. Okay, well, let's do this thing. The tapping is fine. Not according to Justin Bieber. Yeah, I got copyright claimed by Justin Bieber, of all people, for this. Apparently, YouTube's bullshit system said this is a drum beat from a fucking Justin Bieber song. I listened to the track. No. Absolutely not. Not even close. Like, it's like a. It's like the thing with what was his face? What's her face? Katy Perry. Her song Dark Horse got freaking copyright claimed, or not copyright claimed. Basically lawsuited by a band nobody's ever even heard of for using that thing. And the original source that was claiming it did not even what's the word? They ended up winning for some fucking reason, but they don't even sound even relatively close. Like there is it's not Justin who is directly claiming me. It's his company. It's whoever he's signed under. Oh my god. I'm 5 seconds away from just going to an old panel and just grabbing it. Fuck it. Screw it. I'm cheating. I don't care. I don't want to be here forever. Let's see what's a good one. Like I said, there is plenty of references or copies, so I can just grab one. And if you want to see what I'm really capable of, besides black and white stuff, there you go. Yeah, it is a lot. This is something for later down the road, but that's just something I just kind of drew up last night. But that's with coloring, shading, stuff like that. That would work. This would work just fine. It's for a series I have planned in the future. 1, 2, 3, that's 4. I don't care. If I can cheat, I'm cheating. Rather than getting frustrated. And for some reason, side panel does not want to be good today. Let me just name this while I'm at it. Page, this is 116. No, 117. Now I'm in the odds again. Yeah, we're over 100 pages in. This is definitely no small feat. Okay, so turn that off. Now the only thing that I probably need to erase is probably that and that. So if I just go something like, I'm currently eating the most unhealthy snack that probably is ever to exist. I mean, I just ate unhealthy stuff. Like almost everything you eat anymore is unhealthy. That's a true story. Or that's a true statement. Oops. The heck? How in the hell did I do that? What? Okay, I have no idea how I pulled that trick. But apparently I'm a Houdini now. There we go. The fuck? Oh. Yeah, see how easy that was? Much easier. Like, I don't get why people get so mad over people copy pasting stuff. I am not. I drew this, so why does it matter? Okay, but now we get to the interesting part. Considering you wouldn't see her like, oh, you would see the strands. Goes back. Whoa, what the heck? Oh, I know what's going on. References are the best. Yes. They save you so much time, so much problems. I don't get the whole thing with people saying that using references is illegal. It's not. Some of the most some of the most well-known artists in the world used references. The Mona Lisa would have looked horrible without a reference of a real lady. I don't get it. I will never understand who made that stupid rule or why. Probably just to be an asshole. Or is that? What is that? Right there. I don't know how that got on that layer, but okay. I'm pretty sure Leonardo da Vinci, correct me if I'm wrong. No, you actually spelled it correct. Used references. Yes, the thinker is every piece of art in history is created from a reference. The famous pieces is what I should say. The thinker, the Mona Lisa, the giant ceiling in I think it's Notre Dame. Yeah, they all used references. You cannot get anywhere without references. At least if you want it to look accurate, you can't get anywhere. You need to make it like to make it look right. You need the thing that it is. Like, I don't get that. That was one of the first like big questions I ever asked my first art teacher, quote unquote. And she looked at me And she went, "Why are you asking me that? Of course you can use references." I'm like, "Well, this place said that you shouldn't." And she said, "Just ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about." It's a bunch of art snobs who think that the brain is a like what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's basically made by people who think that humans are like robots, pretty much. Yes, it's good for muscle memory. Like that Ganyu piece, I drew mostly from memory because I've drawn her so many goddamn times. But at the same time, I had to look up I have a picture of her hanging on my wall. I had to use that to reference her eye colors because her eye colors were kind of like I didn't know what I was looking at. That and of course her bangs because the bangs are really hard to remember, like the bang styles and stuff. Okay, and then we got her little circles. This part's always a pain in the ass. I'm bad about at drawing both eyes and bangs. It honestly depends on what kind of art style you have. Like, are you more cartoony? Are you more realistic? Personally, I'm, as you can see, anime based. I'd always, and the reason for why I wanted to learn artwork was because I had drawn like back in my Dragon Ball Z era, my I should say my Dragon Ball Z phase. I drew the characters. I kind of got a hand of how to draw, but keep in mind that was over like a decade ago. So I need to really get my bearings down. Like I knew of like here I'll show you. Like I knew of like that method, like the cross and stuff, but I'd never really tried because I did start with NSFW stuff and still do it. But here's the thing with that. People think that not safe for work artists have the easy way out. That's a dead ass fucking lie. Here's the thing. Here's the difference between safe for work and not safe for work. Safe for work, you can cheat. Like okay, imagine okay, here's a body, a very horrible body. Like okay, all this stuff. Imagine like there's muscles and shit. That can be covered with clothing. All of your mistakes are covered. Now, with not safe for work stuff, all of this is exposed, meaning you have to be accurate. And you have to be very, very accurate. Like you can't just half ass it, you have to try. And I still to this day, struggle with a lot of things, as you've seen. I once spent an hour making a perfect body to cover it up with a been there, done that before. Especially on the altars where you have the safe for work and not safe for work versions, and you just kind of flip off the layers of the clothes. I get it completely. But I eventually knew I had to, expand. I had to get out of just doing, boobs and shit. Nope, I had to, especially for stuff like this, I had to learn how to draw clothes. I had to learn how to draw men, which I absolutely hate drawing. And yeah, I've learned how to do it through experience mainly. And that experience, yes, it's terrifying to step outside of your comfort zone. And hands again, are not easy. My hands used to be too small. Now you know, you just got to learn how to draw a hand right. And there's a lot to them. Like, this is definitely going to be a half assed hand, but I mean, that kind of does look like a hand. Technically, the pinky wouldn't even be showing, it'd be like that. But that is just a haphazardly done hand. Now, if I really took my time, I could definitely make a hand. Same with feet. Feet to me are a little bit more easier than hands because hands have a lot of bumps and a lot of curves and a lot of this and a lot of that. Like the trickiest part to hands is just getting your fingers to look right. The fingers are not sausages. They're more something along the lines of that. They're more triangular than anything, with like a very smooth top. Like they're more shaped like that. And just getting it to look right is a major pain in the ass. But once you learn and you really just try it over and over and over and over again, I know it's scary. I get it. It's scary. But eventually, you have to make that, you have to try to change. You got to change it up. You've got to try and do different things. Otherwise, you're not going to get very far. Like the next thing I want to kind of try and attempt, even though it scares the living fuck out of me, is stuff like animals. Like animal human things. Like I've delved a little into it with like drawing, like kitsunes and shit like that. Even I could say that the Uma Musume characters are definitely in that ballpark. But the Uma Musume characters really taught me how a lot of how to draw, certain things like, the horse ears and stuff like that, which are just kind of diamonds. But I still struggle. And the only way you're going to get better is if you keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. And basically, I like to draw like something every single day. This is my regimen right now. Get up in the morning, have a cup of coffee or something like that, and get to doing 2 pages a day. That has been my schedule ever since June. It's been insanity, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay. You you know me. You know me, my dear. Excuse me. You know me, my dear. Oh my god, can I spill, please? Brain, wake it up, please. You know me, my dear. Hello? You tell me if I'm the type. Oops. The type to play the wolf in sheep's clothing. My schedule's to go to sleep at 3 a.m. Good God Almighty. Wake up at noon, rush to get everything done. I mean, I think that's almost everybody's like regimen, but for me, I like to get up early. Like, through this, I've really learned that I like to get up early more. sure, like 12-year-old me would have been like, what? Bruh, you're sick. But that's like when I was a teenager. Getting up early has really allowed me to get a lot of stuff done in the day. That, and I just have more time because I don't just draw all day. God, no, that's insanity. I like to play, games and stuff too. Like, I recently got back into Genshin Impact, so I'm playing catch up there, and I haven't even finished the first quest that I started the other day in live on stream. I've got Wuthering Waves to get through. I've got ZZZ to get through. Jesus Christ, kill me, please. Okay, you know me, dear. You tell me if I'm the type to play the wolf in sheep's clothing route. I haven't even finished the first quest that was required on Genshin Impact. Probably because you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. I know, I've been there. First time I started the game, I had no idea what way to go or what to do or what to, you know, where the game was telling me to go because it's terrible at telling you where to go. Okay, that don't right. True, I don't know what the game is even about. Nor do the majority of the players. The game's kind of taken a weird ass turn as of late. Like, seriously, it has. It's taken a very, very bizarre turn. Like, one, we're going to the moon, and there's one where now we're using a gun when we've been using, like, melee weapons and shit for the majority of the game. I don't know what Hoyoverse is doing anymore, but apparently it's making them millions of dollars, so who cares? I mainly downloaded it to look at the characters. That is a. I mean, I get it. I absolutely get it. Because the characters are appealing. But yeah, the game is definitely a lot more than that. Like, the game was excellent up until we went to Natlin. The game was excellent. Fontaine was the best, in my opinion. Absolutely the best region in the game. It was flawless. It was perfect. Very well executed. Perfect pacing, minus the goddamn prison quest where you had to. And yeah, it was just perfect. But then we hit Natlin, and that's when everything started to change for the worst. First, they paywalled like special features behind the banners. Two, they put two of the new characters on the same banner, like in the same running. So if you wanted a character that was going to work with another character, you probably had to spend money to do it. Personally, I just stick with my Hyperbloom team and call it. Because Hyperbloom is busted. And it's very easy to use. Even to this day, still busted. Okay, now where am I going from here? You know me, dear. You tell me if I'm the type to play the wolf in sheep's clothing route. Oh, we could go for like a funny face here. So here's where we can actually play around with like a different art form because I wanted to kind of try this. Wanted to kind of try this out, and I've kind of gotten a hand on it. Basically, chibi form. And the thing is, and the thing with it is just don't try. Like try, but also don't try at the same time. Okay, but how much do I want to cover? Hmm. What if I just did this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's honestly hard to keep. Wait a minute. I have a different OC for almost every app I have. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you're talking like games and stuff. I was like, huh? I mean, I don't really get into the OC like from like another universe like game. I'm more someone who just makes OCs for my own universes. Hence the result of this. Sorry. Like this character, these characters are well. These characters, besides Drusilla, are all new. They're all completely new. But they come from a universe where there's this place called Hell's Pop, and it's basically a safe haven for succubi to basically live in. My main succubi that I start out with, oh boy, they're nothing like these demons. They are very, very like, if they can fuck you over, they will fuck you over. That's their whole shabackle. And the ones from the past, the ones that start it all are Star, Rose, and Rena. With Star is like the snobby kind of almost Dahlia kind of character. Rose is the alpha who will screw you over no matter what, no matter who you are. She just takes what she takes and yeah, sends you to limbo and then moves on to the next sucker. And then there's Rena, who's kind of like a Batman kind of character who basically remembers her humanity, kind of like how Drusilla does. And she basically tries her best instead of messing with like, mortals and like taking their souls. She instead seeks out the evil like mortals and puts them to sleep by taking their soul and crushing it pretty much. Okay. So there's your eyes. Let's just put that above. No, that looks more annoyed. My OCs are all in their own universe. With my first OC, she didn't have a name for about a year or two. Mine was easy. Rose just kind of sounds like a succubus name. Like, it definitely sounds like a succubus name. Rose was the first one I ever made, and she is just straight up like, you come across her, you're basically screwed. Okay, now her head. See what I mean by like just putting no effort into it? Like I'm not really even doing much effort here. Her name was created when my voice to text said rivet instead of ribbit. Happy accident. That's what we call that. We call that a happy accident. I'm just dumb. Yeah, let's give the hair just a little bit of detail. Like the one thing I've figured out with like manga and stuff is that you can really get away with a lot of things. Like you can draw probably with a like a drawing with like a lot of details or a lot of like mistakes or like things that you'll notice, but in retrospect, your audience is going to look at that and go, "Ooh, cool." Like there's drawings where I can see like the most obvious problems, but here's the thing: I'm the artist. I'm gonna notice them because I made the damn thing. So yeah, that and with manga, you can really what's the word? Half-ass it, I guess you could say. Like you really don't have to put the full effort that you would normally into it. Like a full-fledged like art piece where there's a character and all that stuff, like doing stuff or the detail, like the main focal point is the character themselves. Yes, then you've got to put some effort into it. But with grayscale, like the shading and stuff doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. It doesn't have to be like, Leonardo da Vinci like esque, like what's the word, effort. Manga, you can really just like very much minimalize everything. Minimize everything. Bro, if anybody said they like my art, I would immediately point out every single problem which one they have. Yep, I'm the same way. I'm the same exact way. Let's see. Probably this one. Guess that answers that question. Too big. But one thing I've really been doing as of late is like watching different animes, like learning how artists like interpret different things because the majority of animes that you watch are mangas. So paying attention to like the what's the word expressions and stuff, how they interpret certain angles and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely helped to speed this along quite a bit. You know me, dear. You tell me if I'm the type to play the wolf in sheep's clothing. I guess that answers that question. Speaking of anime, I can't find a toga figure anywhere. Toga. I know I've heard of toga, but I don't know what anime. I've only watched so many. Like I recently finished Konosuba. That was a fucking riot of a show. Of course, I've only watched it the first three seasons, which are the only things out right now. I also also watched the anime that everybody apparently is scarred by, and that's Chainsmoker Cat. Personally, I don't see the problem. I've seen worse, far worse. Like I have seen far worse. Like in terms of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like realistic or like vulgarity. That's what I'm looking for. The vulgarity of that show is mild in comparison to others that I've watched. I technically haven't watched this one because I don't ever dare watch it, and apparently the manga is 10 times worse, and it's technically a hentai. But yeah, don't go looking for this. It's called Euphoria. This has all sorts of messed up shit in it, including scat, rape, torture. Like imagine Saw if it was rated X, like the Saw franchise. I mean, like imagine that if it was rated X and it was anime style. That's exactly what Euphoria is. Like whoever freaking made that had some seriously weird kinks. And I think they took their kinks and they expressed it in 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 basically the show. It is beyond. I've seen clips, and I think that the scat part of it, like, oh my god, I think that's only in the manga. I don't think it's in the show, but I can't say for certain. But anything to do with poop, I'm immediately like, nope, nope, absolutely not. Another one that I've heard is absolutely traumatizing is something to do with Abyss. Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss. I've heard about it. Um, I don't know. Yeah, it's like the author literally took like every like horrid kink imaginable and put it all into one thing. It is gross. I also think that there's. I actually can't say that because that's against the rules of YouTube. Like that's how NSFW this thing goes. Okay, now where do I go from here? I guess I don't want to repeat the same layout. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. There's a lot of hold on. I got clipped his fingernail. He came loose. Okay, there we go. Now I won't be hanging. I keep walking back and forth from my desk to my couch because I don't know what to do. um, don't know how to help you there, bro. Do not know how to help you there. Like I know what I want to put in the next panel. I'm just trying to break from the same layout that we just had on the previous page. Like I'm trying to think how I can make this look, you know, at least somewhat like different. I guess I can do okay. Again, copy paste. One of the easiest ways to avoid a ton of work. Where is that? Right here. I feel you, bro. There's days like that for me too. Like, definitely, this is my morning routine, but when it comes down to, did I copy? But when it comes down to after the fact, I usually either watch YouTube or play games or something like that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Okay, paste. Okay, let's turn the text layer off so that I can properly do this. And I need the cigarette smokes vapor thing turned off as well. I think I know where that's at. 26. Say hi to my mom, by the way. She just came into my room and just, yeah, started randomly singing because that's her.
What do?
I'm live.
Oh, hi, live.
See, there's my mom. My mom's fun. Yeah, that'll suffice. Now what I'm going to have to do is probably turn it. Let's see what we can do here. Mainly because I don't feel like drawing the hand pose again. God, no. Copy paste it. I'm copy pasting. Oh. 22. Okay. Let's see. Where's the panels? There it is. Okay, Louis, you need to go something like that. Not that. That's where this thing is subliminal what it wants to do. Subjective, not subliminal. Okay. Pen. Okay. Just delete that. Delete that. I'm about to cut. Sorry. Sorry. Hopefully it just behaves. Please just reset. Thank you. Sorry again. It's not my fault. I swear. There's nothing I can literally do about that. Font. Maybe something like that. So, darling. Okay, then the bottom panel. Four would be her lighting the cigarette. So this is usually a sequence of about three things. Okay. I can make this one easier myself too. I swear, I'm not trying to overdo this, but if I can speed along the process, I'm speeding it along. For the sake of my sanity. Okay, can basically just do the same exact thing as we did before. Because drawing someone lighting a cigarette, not easy. Not easy at all. It's actually a very tricky thing to draw. But hey, at least it adds a little bit more of a challenge. Okay. So to get this correct, we've got, let's see, take that out. Well, that's okay. I have to draw the cigarette unlit anyways. Okay, the hair needs to be different as well. And she needs a few little additional details. Okay. Where's the cigarette? Right there. What the hell? Like, I don't know what it is, but I have gotten... Pen. Sorry. I've really gotten back into, like... I've really gotten into, like, Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I've been really watching a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's stuff lately. Don't ask me why, but I don't know. It's really gotten interesting to me. Because it's actually, like... I've watched a whole lore video and how deep it actually goes. I'm like... Holy shit, this is a big story. I've played, I think it's... Yeah, I've played 1, I don't think I played 3. I played 1, I played 4 for sure. 4 was a great experience. And I think that's like the only Five Nights at Freddy's games that I've played. But yeah, it goes so much deeper than I thought it did. I was honestly shocked when I listened to this video and I found out how deep the lore goes. I'm like, holy fuck. Scott is just... Wow. Apparently a genius. I haven't played any of them because I don't think it was available on my old phone. The one I like, the best one was definitely probably 4, because 4 is just a listening experience. Like, you have to really listen closely in order to figure out where everyone is, especially on night 5. That night 5 is a fucking pain in the ass. I think I've beaten all 5 nights in Five Nights at Freddy's. I couldn't beat night 6. Night 6 was way too fucking hard. But it was a great experience. For some reason, I just blazed right through the first 4 nights. But when I got to night 5, boom, everything just went to shit. And the reason was because it was the that fucker Golden Freddy. Or no, it wasn't Golden Freddy. It's the one that he waits outside of your room. I want to say his name is either Shadow Freddy or like Golden Freddy or something like that. I know which one Golden Freddy is. He's the one that pops up in your office, and it's by random chance. Is it just that? Sure. Sure, why not? But I mean, honestly, like I really recently rewatched Sister Location, and now that I know the lore in it. Oh, hello, Court. It's welcome. Boom, 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 doo doo. Uh, if you're trolling, I'm sorry. But oh yeah, that does happen. But I recently rewatched Sister Location, and now that I know the lore behind who the actual person is who you play as, and all the nooks and crannies, what the animatronics really are and all that stuff, yeah, I can say for a fact that it's one of my favorites because holy moly, that one gets dark and quick. Like, okay, I knew about Baby and what she does, and what she did is what I should say. What she did, and that Afton was somehow involved in it. What else did I know? The main thing I knew was Circus Baby, and that she was like this like machine that like pulls you in and basically kills you or something like that. But that's really all I did know because by the time Sister Location came out for me, it just turned into like this very convoluted story. And I don't really even consider not Sister Location, what's it called? Security Breach canon because there really isn't. It's literally a cash grab game that was made by a bunch of people who didn't know how to make a game. Yes, I have seen the entire Markiplier playthrough. That was pain to watch. It was absolute pain to watch him go through that. Because there was so many bugs, so many things that were just haphazardly like put together, and the game was rushed. And yeah, rush game never ends well. Okay, I think we're just gonna add some text now. Text. So, darling, are you planning to go out tonight for some spooky? Holy moly. Ew. Oh god. If I'm gonna do that, then what I gotta do is, let's see. because I'm definitely not redrawing that. Fuck that. Frame divider. Go, yep, there. What the hell? Okay. Should I watch this on top of my roof? That's up to you, bro. Okay. Right, on to panel 5. Saved a lot of time by just the copy pasting. Might put something right there on Dahlia's mouth, like lighting the cigarette, like a finger, because that's kind of how they do that in this world. They just like flick, and it's like a lit on the top of their finger. I mean, they're demons, so it makes sense, right? Okay, so for this one, first thing we need is a table. No. Whoops, no. Does it need to be wider? Again, macro is not my thing. Nope. I could just probably do that so much easier. Just copy paste it up. There we go. Finally. This is really hard. This is a really hard angle to figure out. I think the sunlight would make my phone die faster. I mean, I'm not really sure about that one, but okay. So what I need to do now is I need to actually go back to one of these layers. Get past this stupid ad first. TikTok, please go away. Is the cigarette already lit in the scene? No, not yet. Not quite yet. She just kind of pulled it out. Excuse me. Oh, that's right. They do have color in them, don't they? I need to go back here. Okay, this will be interesting. One, that's panel 2. Okay. Let's see if I can maybe work this out. Okay. I just need one of these costumes. Okay, well, let me turn off the explodey background. Where is the text layer? There it is. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some reconstruction, but that's okay. As long as I can just do this correctly, that's all that matters. That's Razzle, by the way. She's the good. She's the cute little patootie. She's a good potato. Okay. So this might be a little tricky, but not the worst thing in the world. Just go paste. That is okay. That took a minute. Okay, so now we need to get rid of Razzle. So how do we do that? Turn off all her layers, apparently. Hopefully this works like how I want it to. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want. Okay, I just need one of these. I don't need them both. How am I going to do this? That's a great question. Well, the size is definitely going to have to be a little bit larger, but I'm just trying to figure out what I need and what I don't need right now. So the color can go away. We don't need the color yet. Is that it? Not that one. That one. Okay, so we can just turn that off, which is the one on the right, or left, excuse me. There we go. Okay. Now, that's not it. Turn! Oh, you cockwad. Thank you. Hang on, I know how to do this much easier. 109. Holy crap, clear up here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, now let's see. Whoa. I need to zoom out a little bit. What the hell is that? Hang on. What is that? 42. Is it the entire thing? Well, I can turn that off. Now, what is this? Handy dandy little trick if you don't know. Just turn that off. Okay, now we should be good. To just move this guy around. Well, technically it's girl, but... Okay, so that's definitely going to have to be a little bit larger. And now what I'm going to have to do is maneuver it into place very carefully. And that's what this tool is for. Can I please? Let's see. Okay, if I can maneuver like that in place. Okay, now I gotta turn it. If I just do something like that. God, I really do not want to have to retrace that, but I'm gonna have to. I want it to look nice, I'm going to have to definitely do that. Okay. So what I need to do now is also put a down part. Like, it just goes like that, pretty much. So it would basically fall off the table. Brain, can you function for 5 seconds, please? Kinda something like that. Let me try it. My god, I can't talk. But yeah, see what I'm going for here, pretty much? Like I said, the final details aren't really that huge to worry about. Okay. Now, we need our witch lady. Yep, her. Please and thank you. Okay. So, her dress would go something like that. I guess I could just go like that. I mean, that works. Sells the point, gets it across. Okay. Now what I'm going to have to do probably is go, whoops, not like that. Just kind of trace it back over. What's this? Okay. So, very, very careful. No. Then we'll add like details and all that lovely dovey stuff. And it's not considered tracing if I've already drawn the damn thing. Get that through your heads, people. I just know there's people that fucking stupid. Can't tell if I'm better digital or traditional art. Sorry, I haven't been chatting. I don't really got nothing to chat about. Bro, it's fine. As long as you're here, that's fine. Like I said, I'm kind of going into the tank right now to really get this how I want it to be. Because we've got that folds and stuff, so it looks like it's actually, nice. God damn it. Okay, not bad so far. Oh, the good old days of trick or treating. I miss it. Last time I went trick or treating was when my niece was Pennywise for Halloween. And I went as like a jester to kind of team up with her. They were out of Pennywise costumes, so. Yep. I miss it. It was so much fun. I miss a lot of things from my childhood. Freedom. Okay, now we just gotta trace over the witch. Okay, really? No, no, no. Okay, what we have to do is do this. Because I'm not dealing with that crap. I've got lines, so I can follow them. Might look a little shitty, but that's okay. It's not really the focal point, anyways. Well, it is the focal point, but it's also like not a major focal point. Like, like if you're looking at a character or something like that. So not every detail is important here. It just needs to establish there's a costume on that table. So this will just take a minute because there's a lot of details on this costume. But luckily it's not hugely detailed. I'm so glad I learned how to draw a witch before I ever even attempted something like this because, yeah, witches aren't necessarily easy to draw. Or, not really a witch, but a witch costume, I should say. The hat is certainly the trickiest part. Ugh. So it's just a matter of patience and just taking our time. Whoa. What am I looking at? Oh, it's a hair strand. Nope, I can see that. Okay, I don't want her nostrils looking like snake nostrils. No. Doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to look the part. Whoops. Okay. I'm posting one thing on this app and I've already got 3 followers. Hey, sometimes that just happens. Still remember my first subscribers. It was Ashley and Lauren, I want to say. Or way back when. Long before I even got a good following. Itchy. Did I get that correct? Yeah, I got that correct. Maybe it just looks weird because of how she's angled. Sure. Oh, that needs to connect. Whoops, it will. Okay. I am so sorry if you can hear my dad. It's NASCAR day. It's NASCAR day, so we gotta yell at the people we don't like. Oops. There we go. Okay, let's give her. Let me actually extend these. Okay, fully traced. Sweet. Much cleaner. Hello, Lynn McDonald. How are you doing? Alright, now I gotta figure out how this works. Let's see. Where would the folds be? Like right here in the middle, probably. Okay, let me actually erase the background first. Oh, excuse me. You can call me Corgi, by the way. Okay, Corgi. I just call him how I see him as the username. Alright, now I can properly see this. I mean, that don't look that bad. Maybe a little further down here. Okay, that'll look right. Whoops, a doodle. Yeah, I'm on my mom's account. That's probably her real name, Muffin. Not like I'm gonna use any that for any malicious purpose. God no, I'm not that type of person. Okay, I think we're ready for some text. Judging from what's on the table, again, I am sorry for the dun, 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 but it's just how it goes. You'll be wandering around as a demon witch in only a few hours. Okay, how much space do we got? Okay, a little cluttery. Yeah, let's kind of clean this up a little bit. Actually, can I just shrink it? Not that, not that, not that. Okay, I want to actually go back to that last panel because I want to have her light the cigarette. I lost my account from factory reset, sadly. Were you in the council on your old account? I'm so confused. Okay, let's. Okay, so that just be her fingertip. Whoa. But okay. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I have a much easier way of drawing that, and I can just draw it in the next panel. But for now, I think that does it. I'm really happy with these 2 pages. Really like how they came out. Really counts, if you're a profile picture like mine, though, I recommend if you feel good. Okay, I am very happy with how that came out, minus the YouTube crap earlier. So let me just look this over again. You know me, dear. You know me, dear. You tell me if I'm the type to play the wolf in sheep's clothing wrapped. I guess that answers that question. So, darling, are you planning to go out tonight for some spooky fun? Judging from what's on the table, it seems like you'll be wandering around as a demon witch in only a few hours. Okie doke. Oh, I am fucking So that took. Holy awesome. It took 6 hours? No, I'm. Oh, holy moly, I'm way off. I started at 8, 9, 10, 4 hours. 4 hours. So, 4 hours work. Seems pretty good for a day. So, I want to thank everyone who joined me because it was a very eventful day. And yeah, if you want to see more progression on this, I'll probably stream it in about. Take a guess. I mean, it all just depends on how I freaking feel. Like if it's an eventful day like this, I'll definitely stream it. But I guess I could do it depending on how I feel tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see how I feel and just look for the notification, and yeah, we'll be here. But thank you all, especially you, Muffin, for keeping me company. And yeah, I'm off. I'm gonna have something to eat, rest, and I will see all of you peeps later. Bye bye.